everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it's Monday, everyone. It's Monday and it's October and the fall is coming in. I'm feeling it, but it's all good. And today I decided I want to talk about receding gums. A few months ago I'd mentioned that I was able to reverse a few areas of my mouth that had areas of gum that was receding down, and I was able to reverse it and through a raw food diet. And so I want to talk about that today because over time I've been asked over and over again, what did you do? Is there any certain protocol that you followed? Anything, any advice I can give? And there is a lot of advice I can give with this because it's terrible. If anyone's in that situation where they have to get their gums grafted because their gums are receding down or up, having your gums grafted is the most painful, excruciatingly painful experience out there. I had one area done. I had 4 areas of my mouth that were supposed to be fixed, had one done, and then refused to ever get anything fixed again because it was that bad. And if anyone's ever had any kind of gum surgery, you know that anything done in the mouth, it doesn't heal as quickly as other areas of your body because your mouth is always filled with so much bacteria, and so it's just a very long process and an uncomfortable process. So my heart goes out to any of you that's dealing with this. So I want to help out a little bit because first of all, this stuff can be prevented and it can be reversed. So that's good. It's good to know that. That's what's most important to know, is that nothing is set in stone. But there's a few things you can bring into your daily habits, but what's most important is actually adjusting your lifestyle, because I think first of all you need to know why are your gums receding? Why are you having problems with your gums to begin with? And problems with your gums is usually an indication that your gums are inflamed and they are swollen usually, and they're pulling back from your teeth because your teeth, it's being irritated somehow. It's like anything that irritates something, it's going to pull away from it. It doesn't want anything to do with it. And so you have to figure out, okay, what's on my teeth that is creating this problem? And normally it's the main problem is sugar. Sugar in any form. It can be sugar from fruit, it can be sugar from refined sugar. The more sugar you have in the diet, the more you have to really balance it out with a good amount of minerals and making sure that you're not letting it sit on your teeth and coat your teeth, because that's when you start having problems with the enamel starting to corrode, and you're having problems with your gums, with everything. Sugar is the one thing, and we all know this, that it just eats away at our teeth and causes a lot of problems. So, but at the same time, you don't want to go the opposite end of continuing to eat so much sugar, especially refined sugar and sugary drinks, things like that, and then compensate by brushing your teeth 5 times a day. Because I did that, and that's where I got into so many problems. See, the whole story behind my whole gum problem is that I was traveling for 2 years in Australia and Asia, and I had no health insurance and no dental insurance, and I was, at that time, it was a few years ago, I was eating a crazy amount of sugar. Everything I ate had sugar in it, and constantly drinking things with sugar, and just sugar. I was a sugar addict. And I developed this weird habit of brushing my teeth minimum 4 times a day, every day. And I did it because I think I was scared of having any problems, and I was starting to see that I was having problems with my gums. And I thought that by brushing my teeth more, it would help. And it was making it worse and worse and worse. And then finally when I returned to Canada, my dentist was like, we got some serious work to do. And so what he had told me was, I was too abrasive on my teeth, that the gums started pulling away because of that. And so you always want to make sure besides making sure that you're not eating too much sugar and that it's not sitting and coating on your teeth, but you also want to make sure that, first thing is your toothbrush, it's got to be soft. It cannot be like medium or hard. You'll see on the package of your toothbrush that it will indicate if it's soft, medium, or hard. You always want a soft toothbrush. Now, what you're brushing your teeth with is really important. Really, really important, because most toothpaste out there, it's made out of paste. It's made out of something that's kind of gritty, and that is constantly scraping at your enamel on your teeth, and it is irritating your gums. If you have gum problems or teeth problems, you want to be going towards using a mouth wash, you don't want to be using a toothpaste. You're better off using a tooth soap. I use a tooth soap. It helps phenomenally because there's nothing that is like irritating, there's nothing that's scraping on the enamel, and it doesn't leave a residue. So whereas most toothpaste, it coats your teeth and causes other problems. And the main thing is if you look at the ingredients on most toothpaste, it's pretty scary. I mean, there's chemicals in there, there's sugar in there, there's dyes, there's flavors, there's everything artificial is in toothpaste. And if you read any of the labels on children's toothpaste, whether it's natural or not, there's always a warning saying, do not swallow. Do not allow the child to swallow. And if there's a warning like that on it, then it's pretty bad. So even the natural stuff I would be wary of. The main thing that I stick with has always been tooth soap. I mentioned this before. I have a grandfather that's turning 102 years old. His entire life he's used a bar of soap to brush his teeth. He uses ivory soap, I use tooth soap, and I've tried Dr. Bronner's soap, and for me, it's too foamy. I prefer the tooth soap. I find it's like, it doesn't taste as much like real soap. And I've tried both the shards or the shreds of soap and also the liquid. I prefer the liquid over the shreds, but currently I'm using the shreds because I'm trying to get rid of it. But go with the liquid type. That is the best, and that is non-abrasive on your teeth. You don't want anything abrasive. And that also includes baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, or even clay. Stay away from them. You can use them maybe once a week, but if you've got gum problems or teeth problems, you definitely want to stay away from them. It's good to use like once a week, once every 2 weeks to brighten up your teeth and to get rid of any kind of stain, but it's too abrasive to be using on a daily basis, especially twice a day. Trust me, I made the mistake of making my own toothpaste using clay. And let me just tell you, within a week, I was like, I couldn't even eat anything. My teeth were so irritated. So don't even go that way. Don't let me do the tests, but don't go that way. Another thing is, if you have teeth problems, stay away from dried fruit. If you're eating fruit is great, right? But just rinse out your mouth after you have anything that's sugary. Even you raw foodists out there, because I know a lot of raw foodists have problems. Thing is, you don't want to be brushing your teeth 3 or 4 times a day. Don't go near that. If you do need to brush your teeth in the middle of the day, brush it, but don't put any toothpaste on it. Just brush it with toothpaste in the morning and the evening, and then at midday, if you want to brush after a meal, just do it with water and a toothbrush. That, or what I do is I rinse my mouth out after every meal or after every juice with a glass of water with a little bit of sea salt in it, swirl around my mouth, spit it out. Floss twice a day as well. So the main thing is if you're eating like a standard diet and you got teeth problems, get off the sugar and get off the caffeine. Those irritate your mouth, make it worse. If you're on a raw food diet or a healthy whole food diet, just rinse your mouth out after every time you have fruit and stay away from the dried fruit. Alright, so that's my little tip for the day. Have a fabulous, fabulous day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!